40 deep, already know it's me, so what you asking for? Shorty bad and I just bought a bag and I ain't asking for it. She just bragging, I just send a jet to Maybach out the port. We be fly, we be cashing out, come keep me company. Shorty bad, so I'm a good. Got diamonds on her teeth, treat her good, she know I'm a boss, I'ma keep it P. Brody told, you just pick a side, get her right straight. Feel the pressure when it come, with my heart on my sleeve. I can never ever fold, mama praying for a G. Gotta get it, gotta go, gotta grind to a B. If I want it, I'ma get it, cause the pressure on me.
Let's go.
Pick a side to go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Pick a side to go. Pick a side, yeah, yeah. Pick a side to go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yep. Pick a side, let's go. It's the daily drops of Dexter Dewayne from Dexter Dewayne. Let's get into it. So I just completed my 10,000 steps, which if you're following along, go ahead and just pick 10,000 steps a day and add that to your repertoire, and just imagine all of the changes that will happen after that, and also experience all the changes that happen after that. 10,000 steps is very easy. It's 5 miles. It takes about 2 hours if you do it all at one time. It takes about 45 minutes if you break it up into 2 sections. And I went to the track and it was raining, and maybe not raining. It wasn't coming down super hard. It was just sprinkling. And I just knew, hey, I'm already at the track. I got to keep walking and at least get half of the steps in. If I can get 5,000 on this track, I think we're good. So it's getting a little colder. It's sprinkling. The stuff's coming on my, it's just, I had a hoodie, so I was thankful for that. But, I was just going through it. And there was this lady on the track who was already running, by the way. She was already running on the track before I got there. And I'm getting on like the 3rd lap, the 4th lap. She's just continuing to run. And again, it takes about 45 minutes or so for me to hit 5,000 steps. So there I was, 5,000 steps in. She is still running around this track, and I don't think she actually stopped running. So I'm like, yeah, all right. That's the standard. There's no one else out here. Well, there may be like handful of people out here, but she wasn't doing this because she needed to impress somebody, or she needed to, like there wasn't somebody cheering her on. She was just out here. She was just running. Like, that's just what it was. And you find people who are doing things, and you steal from them. And there are certain philosophies that you just need to adopt and just steal from other people. So what that showed me today was, for one, probably need to pick my game up, right? Like, I know comparison is the theft of joy, but there's a lot of people that are also doing a lot of work. And just note that I said also, that we're not in that situation where, people are up here and we are down here, right? Like, we are also doing the work that is required. Now, everyone is at their different levels, but the work is still being done. With that being said, there is a level that's possible, and it doesn't get cheered. It doesn't get cheered. There's no one out there saying, oh, well, you're supposed to be doing this or that or whatever, right? So I was like, okay, I did my 5,000, about to get in the car, about to drive back home. I think that was my plan. And I just started getting frustrated. I'm not sure why. I am not sure why I was getting so frustrated on the drive home, where I couldn't actually drive directly home. You know how you get to work and you have to sit in the parking lot for a little bit before you walk in there? That was me. Like, I was just driving around and something was just telling me like there's a lot of stuff you need to let go. Like there's a lot of things you can't bring into 2026, and one of them was a certain obligation that I have that has kind of been a reminder of the past. And it's like, oh, I got to let this go. Now, part of me is like, oh, well, there's a certain level of security holding on to this thing, yada, yada, yada. At the end of the day, this is a reminder. Every time I walk into a building or whatever the case is, there is this reminder of a time that doesn't exist anymore. Like there was a certain person I needed to be during that period that I am not anymore. And me being there reminds me of the person I used to be. And is that a distraction for the person that I'm becoming? Are the people around me reminding me of the person that I used to be instead of encouraging the person that I could be or the person that I'm aiming to be? So again, I'm just trying to go back and forth, figuring out, gathering my thoughts, and I ended up driving towards my gym. Something's like, yeah, you just got to go ahead and get those extra 5,000 steps in, call it a day. Going to the gym again, it's still raining. Walk inside, get on the treadmill, and I just start walking. And they have these TVs. I turn the TV on, and as I'm changing the channel, I was just in time to listen to an interview with Mel Robbins. If you're not familiar with Mel Robbins, she's an author, she's a podcaster, she's pretty big in the personal development space. She isn't someone that I listen to often, but I do recognize her and the value of her work. And I was listening to her talk about her book called Let Them that she wrote with her and her daughter. And one of the biggest takeaways from this interview is the fact that a lot of our stresses comes from the thoughts and opinions of other people. A lot of the stress we deal with comes from the thoughts and opinions of other people. And the frustration kicks in because, and this might not be you, right? Like this could just be me, it could be some other people, right? But sometimes we tend to want to control the outcome that other people produce. We want to control how people respond to us. People want to, like, we want to control, like, how everything's supposed to go down, and it causes a lot of stress. So in her book, she basically just says, let them feel the way that they feel. Let them do whatever they do. Allow them to just be who they are. And there was one other note that she said that just really kicked it into gear for me. She said, people treat you in the way that they feel about you. People treat you the way that they feel about you. And I think that's what connected the dots for me. Glory be to God and his timing. Because I was sitting there on that drive, I was trying to figure out, like, why am I so frustrated with this particular area in my life? And why do I feel like it's holding me back? And it's because when I walk into this room, when I walk into these particular areas, I feel like I'm not being treated in a way that makes me feel like people feel good about me. If that makes sense. I know there was probably a better way to say that. But I'll walk into a place, and instead of feeling a level of respect, that's and respect is earned, by the way. Respect isn't deserved, it's earned by the actions that you take. I don't feel respected in this room, and I don't respect the room anymore. That's the bigger part, right? Not only do I not feel respected, I am no longer giving respect to the room. There's a disconnect, and something has to change. So she has in her book a story. I think the story's in the book. She was talking about it. So she was getting ready for homecoming for her son. Her son's getting ready for homecoming, and it's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, we'll put on this bow tie, and here's a corset for your date. And the son's saying, oh, she doesn't like corsets and all this other stuff, and she's trying to prep and take pictures and all these things. And her daughter had grabbed her by the arm, said, hey, just let them, like, let them do it their way, let them enjoy the night that they're about to have, let them do these things. And there's a part of my brain, and I think we all might do this from time to time, but they call it remnants. So you're essentially reminiscing, and you're just kind of playing stuff over and over. And there was a part of my brain that just kept clicking when she started saying all those things. Let them do this, let them do that. And it's just, there were dots that were connecting. And the dots that really connected for me was I had a philosophy to where if I endured certain things, then it would give other people around me the space to treat me in the way that I deserve to be treated. Like, if I just endure for long enough, the space will correct itself. So when her daughter was telling her, like, yeah, let them, it connected with me because I'm not letting people be who they are. I'm holding an expectation of them that they're supposed to be a certain way, and they're not. I'm holding an expectation I'm supposed to be treated a certain way, and that's not happening. I have an expectation that things are supposed to go a different way other than the way that they are currently going, and it's not. I have the expectation that there's supposed to be a light at the end of the tunnel eventually, and there isn't one. So when she said, let them be who they are, let the environment be what it is, let things happen the way that they need to happen, let them. It's like, ooh, that's a core philosophy. One of the other things she said, once the student is ready to learn, the teacher will appear. And I feel like these were all things that I've learned before. But there's something about, as you get older and as you go through different experiences, you can read the same book 20 different times in different parts of your life and find new things. So letting things just be. And I'm a living testimony of that as well. There was a time where I just let everything just be what it was. And there was so much joy that came into just letting things be what they are, instead of expecting things to work in a certain way. Matter of fact, I just experienced something not too long ago where I just say, hey, listen, hallelujah anyhow. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm not going to spend any more time trying to stress out about the things I can't control. We're going to put it in God's hands. So I'm going to do the things that I can control. And I knew one thing that I can control at least for me, like I said yesterday, I can control what my actions are today. I can control how I respond to things. You can't control anyone's actions, but you can control your reactions. You can't control the actions of others, but you can control the reactions of yourself. We could break that down even more, right? So you have reaction, which is there's something that happened, and now I'm going to react like a reflex. Then you have responding to things. You can react to things and you can respond to things. So reacting is a reflex based off of what happened. Responding to things is taking what happened, processing it, and then choosing the outcome of what you deliver. So at the end of the day, let them. Let them do what they need to do. Let them be who they need to be. Let things happen the way that they need to happen. Let that go. Focus on what you can control and focus on the way that you respond to things. Leave the rest to God. That's all I got out here.